Good morning. Ronell Nolan, President and CEO of Health Agents for America, live from the HAFA office. Of course, we had some very exciting news last week, and I'm sure you are well aware of the decision from Commissioner Jim Donelon of Louisiana to send out the cease and desist order to United Healthcare. In saying that, he basically upheld Act 283, which said that a insurance company must have a scheduled commissions, and commissions are not zero. And something very important was brought up in the meeting that we had with Commissioner Donelon and United Healthcare. By removing the commissions from the premium and having us negotiate fees outside of the premium, not only does that circumvent them having to adhere to MLR, it also removes those commission dollars from the premium tax. So Louisiana pointed out that we're going to lose money if this is put into place. And Commissioner Donelon questioned the rest of the states that have allowed this to happen, why they haven't questioned the loss of premium tax dollars. So HAFA asks you to reach out to your commissioner of insurance, your state legislators, and ask them about this new process and how it affects the bottom line of your state. And HAFA is not saying that you prefer one over the other. Of course, every state is different, whether you can charge fees, you can't charge fees. Some states can't even charge a fee. Some states are fees in lieu of commissions. Some states are commissions in addition to fees. So each state's just a little bit different. But we're asking that you get involved and at least let your state know what's going to happen to their bottom line. Maybe they haven't even thought about it. But it's important that we continue this conversation. The other thing that is on the table is the Lower Healthcare Cost Act out of Washington, D.C., Senator Alexander and Senator Murray. Very important bill, talks about reducing healthcare costs, but something that is not so good is Section 308. And that basically requires insurance agents to provide transparency for your commissions, something that we already do on so many levels. Our problem with that bill is not about transparency. Our problem with that bill is the fact that it is the Lower Healthcare Cost Act. It's about lowering the healthcare cost. It insinuates that agents and brokers are part of the problem. Our commissions have been cut at least 50% at the passing of the ACA. Some have been removed entirely. As such, United Healthcare cut individual and group across the United States. So in many cases, you're not being paid at all, and in many cases, your commissions have been cut significantly. And now we're included in a piece of federal legislation that puts the target on our backs as if we are part of the problem. We are asking you to reach out to Senator Alexander, Senator Murray, and the help staff for the Republicans and Democrats. If you'll notice in this Monday news at the bottom, there are some sample letters that our agents in New York used, and one in New Hampshire, and also the direct websites for the senior senators in Washington, D.C. So it's important that you let them know exactly what's happening to the boots on the ground and why it is important that we're not included in this bill. Senator Murray and Senator Alexander have asked for comments up to June 5th. So please feel free to send your comments as soon as possible. HAFA will be on the Hill next week, June 10th through 13th. We will be meeting with those key offices, talking about the importance of removing Section 308. We do so much already with making sure our clients know that what we make through either 5500s or just different requirements for different states that outline fees and commissions. I'd like to encourage you to sign up to join us in Fort Worth for the Agent Summit. We're excited to have keynote speaker Jane O'Donnell from the USA Today. She's a healthcare reporter. You've probably seen her on the news. She's on C-SPAN very often. You'll enjoy what she has to say. She's a very wonderful and educational lady. I believe that's about it I wanted to share with you this morning. It's time to get loud and proud, as I've said. It's time not to take things sitting down. We must stand up for ourselves. We must explain that getting paid is important. Working for free is impossible. That we're not part of the problem. Washington, agents and brokers, we're just not it. We agree that healthcare costs need to be addressed. We agree that the rates are out of control. We deal with it on a daily basis. We explain it to our clients on a daily basis. But we've lost enough, so let's look elsewhere. Let's take Section 308 out. Until next time, Ronell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America, fighting for you each day at a time, 24/7.